In this tutorial I want to cover creating and searching for purchase orders. And you'll come up here to these two buttons. There's new purchase order and then also to search for an existing purchase order. We'll go ahead and do the search real quick. And this will be the form that opens where you can search for any PO. Now these are POs that are still open, have products pending to be received. So it won't show, that's why you see down here it's incomplete. If I were to check complete, then that would only load purchase orders that have been completed. But we're going to stay with the incomplete. And now you can also search on purchase order number. If you don't want to search through the list, you know what number you're looking for, just go ahead and enter the number. And hit the enter key. And it brings up that purchase order. Now you just have to double click it to open it up. So go ahead and take that out of there, do a refresh. Now you can also search by manufacturer name. Looking for a certain manufacturer, you can search by where it was shipped to, if you're looking for a particular job, or even who the purchase order was for. You can even search by part numbers if you're looking for a particular part. So these are all part numbers that are on existing POs at this time. You can search by description, you can search by the salesperson, and you can also do a date range. Just enter the date, click refresh, the start date and end date, and that'll reload the list up here. So it's pretty easy to get to a purchase order. Simply double click it. And then that purchase order will open up, and then from here, since it's an existing PO, you can do whatever you need to do, like going over here and receiving products or whatever it is you want to do, or updating or anything like that, which we'll get into later. Alright, so to create a PO, you just simply click on the new purchase order button. It'll bring up a new PO. It automatically increments to the next number. This is the opening screen here, the salesperson, how you want this PO to ship. If you want it to do just best way or whatever you want to select. And then over here is the date, current date, and how you want it to ship. It can be ASAP. You can enter a date or whatever you want to do here. Then you want to select the vendor. So let's say we're going to do Yale. And again, all these drop downs work the same. You can just start typing and it brings up a list. So Yale will be the vendor because we buy direct from Yale. Now if it was somebody like Akron, you could choose Akron as a vendor. Then when you're entering products, you'll select the manufacturer that Akron handles and use the products from there to enter on the purchase order. And over here is where you want to have it shipped to. If you're going to a particular job, just hit the drop down and search for the job if it's in your system. But if you want it to come to your place of business, just check this box. And it will automatically load your company name and address. And over here is if this was for return merchandise, you had an RMA number, check this box and enter the number here. Or if you want to void a PO, you would check this box. I'm going to say no. It'll open up some additional fields to fill in. And then over here is the printing. This is where you can print a vendor copy, a sales copy, or a file copy. And you can also just view a copy of the vendor and view only of the file copy. And you would check whichever ones you need, print, click the button, and that will then come up. Now this is a show do not duplicate. If this was an existing PO, maybe it went out to the vendor and I had to make an update to it. I could come in, make whatever changes maybe to the products or whatever I wanted to do. Then I could click this button and it will show and reprint it, and it will show do not duplicate at the top of the PO in big bold letters. That way you don't get duplicates of the same PO. And then once you get that done, it's pretty straightforward. Just come over to product information, and start entering your products. And of course, this is covered under another tutorial for entering products. It works the same way. The only difference of a PO is you're going to have this one additional field here where you pick who it's for, who the item is for. So you could do okay, I meant to mention too, since I chose Yale as a vendor and I told Portal Pro that I buy direct from Yale, it automatically loaded Yale as the manufacturer, so I don't have to do that again. And again, you can use a SKU, and then you'll select the part number, and you'll enter this for as to who that's for. If it's for stock, there's even a stock value in here, or you enter a job name, and that way you can enter. Maybe you have 50 coming in for a certain job, but you're ordering another 50 that you want to put in stock. So you could make 2 line items of the same product, but with a different for value. Okay, so that's really the biggest difference between purchase order, entering products, and anything else. All the other fields, again, work exactly the same way. You can remove an item if necessary. Just highlight it from the list here, bring it up to where it shows here, and click remove, and it'll take it out of the list. Down here, just some different information on receiving, which we'll cover in another tutorial. So that should pretty well cover it. These 2 tabs we also cover in another tutorial. So if you have any questions on this, on purchase orders, please call or email. We'll be happy to help you out. Thanks and have a great day.